Shalom, Holy Blossom. I'm finding that the most accurate descriptions of what we are experiencing these days are not found in political analyses, but in poetry. I was lucky enough to learn a new poem this week. It's actually an old poem written in Israel in 1957, but it's new to me. And I thank my teacher, Dr. Malila Hellner-Eshed from the faculty of the Hartman Institute in Jerusalem for introducing it to me just when I needed it most. And I share it with you now in hopes that it will provide you with some measure of comfort in our struggle to find the words to name this strange and disorienting time in which we suddenly find ourselves. The poem by Leah Goldberg is entitled The Day After. The green is very green today. The gray is very gray today. There's a little black, but no white in the city. What is stormy is very stormy today. And the past today is very past. And there's a little future, but there's no present in the air. It's still so hard to breathe. It's still so hard to think in the face of this winding wind. And it's really not simple to wait. The storm brushes against my eyes, every moment shatters. But the green is very green today. One of the themes of this poem is Jewish time and how Jews relate to the passing of time. Ve'avar hayom avar me'od, uketzat atid, ve'ein hoveh ba'avir. And the past today is very past, and there's a little future, but there's no present in the air. We Jews are very good at knowing our past, both the immediate past and the distant past. We're also very good at dreaming of the future, both the near future and the distant future. But we aren't usually very good at the present tense. Even in the best of times, it's hard for us to, quote, be in the moment, as they say. Maybe as individuals, some of you are, but as a people, not so much. Since October 7th, it feels that there is no present in the air. As Leah Goldberg says, and as my Israeli friends and colleagues tell me, it's still so hard to breathe. Not until the war is done, not until the hostages are returned to their families, not until the soldiers are restored to their lives. There is a little future that comes in through our prayers, through our night dreams and our daydreams, but there is no present. Intellectually, I know that today is January 19th, 2024, but it's hard to orient myself to the calendar. And this is when the holidays come to help. You are now preparing for Shabbat. I am now preparing for Shabbat. Holy Blossom Temple is now preparing for Shabbat. Soon we will light the Shabbat candles and we will enter into that present moment when time does seem to stand still, when the candles are first lit and they wait patiently as we offer up our innermost prayers. And our holiday calendar also comes to the rescue and points to what is on the near horizon. That little future, Leah Goldberg describes, is that sense of pointing to what is the holiday that's next, what's coming up. This Wednesday night and Thursday will be the 15th day of the month of Shvat, the birthday of the trees. Many Israelis now are tending to their mental health by going out into the fields of wildflowers, to the mountains, to the forests, and they're breathing deep as best they can. Leah Goldberg says it's still so hard to breathe, but the trees can help. The trees do help. They nourish our bodies with oxygen and enable us to breathe, whether we notice it or not, whether we express gratitude for it or not. Hayarok hayom yarok me'od. The green today is very green. But here we sit in Toronto. I'm looking out my window at the skyline, and it's something like 10 degrees below zero, and it's getting colder as the sun is retreating. The gray is very gray today. There's a little black, but no white in the city. What is stormy is very stormy today. This is an accurate description of how it feels outside and inside. But the poet tells it like it is. It's still so hard to think in the face of the winding wind, and it's really not simple to wait. The storm brushes against my eyes, every moment shatters. But then Leah Goldberg can't help herself. The only line the poet repeats comes at the end, Ach hayarok hayom yarok me'od, but the green is very green today. This is what we call a nechemta, what the ancient rabbis describe as the uplift, the comforting lilt that comes at the end of a poem or a song or a sermon. This is our little glimpse of a healthy and hopeful future. So Tu B'Shvat is coming. How are you tending to your neshama? How are you tending to those whom you love? How are you tending to your community, to the Jewish people, to the state of Israel? If the barren trees can withstand the long winter and eventually blossom and bloom again, then so can we. Am Yisrael Chai. Shabbat Shalom.